That's the Home Minister Amit Shah speaking in Parliament on the Jammu and Kashmir Bill. We're focusing on the news track tonight on the BJP's decision to introduce rather unexpected faces as the new Chief Ministers of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. Tomorrow is the turn of Rajasthan. Will Mohan Yadav be able to do a good job as Chief Minister Madhya Pradesh? Does it make sense to bring in unheralded, experienced but not well-known faces and make them Chief Minister? Or is this a choice that could potentially backfire on the BJP's big guns? We look at the pros and the cons behind this decision-making, which also reflects the thinking at the highest echelons of the Modi government. All that and more is my top focus on the news track.
End of Shivraj in MP. BJP affects generational shift. Dr. Mohan Yadav is next MP CM. Now all eyes on Rajasthan. Jaipur will be sleepless tonight. BJP to spring another surprise.
The BJP today announced the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, and it was a name that no one really expected. Now, of course, people can say what they want, ki hame to pehle se hi pata ji. The fact is that nobody really thought that Mohan Yadav would be the next Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. This is an ABVP leader turned three-time MLA, Dr. Mohan Yadav, the new Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. The appointment of Mohan Yadav ends the two-decade-long Shivraj Singh Chauhan era in the heartland of India. Follow me, Shah and Heminder Sharma with our lead story tonight from Bhopal.
A big surprise and a generational shift in Madhya Pradesh. Dr. Mohan Yadav is the new Chief Minister. The announcement came after the crucial Legislative Party meeting at the BJP headquarters in Bhopal.
I've got a piece of breaking news. Mohan Yadav. Mohan Yadav is going to be the next Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. That's the news that we are getting from inside.
58 years old Mohan Yadav is three-time MLA from Ujjain South. He started as a student leader at Madhav Science College and was elected as MLA for the first time in 2013. He served as Higher Education Minister in the previous Shivraj Singh Chauhan government.
जो विकास का कारवा बढ़ाया माननीय मुख्यमंत्री शिवराज सिंह जी चौहान ने और यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व में निश्चित रूप से हम इसको आगे बढ़ाएंगे। एक बार फिर मैं हमारे लिए जो स्लोगन था एमपी के मन में मोदी और मोदी के मन में एमपी, इस स्लोगन के आधार पर निश्चित रूप से उनके विकास के सपने को लेकर आगे चलेंगे।
The crowning of Dr. Mohan Yadav marks the end of nearly two-decade reign of Shivraj Singh Chauhan in the state. Soon after Yadav's name was announced, Chauhan headed to Raj Bhavan to resign. He also posted on X, congratulating his colleague and successor.
प्रदेश की जो एक टीम होती है और विधायक दल के जो प्रमुख लोग होते हैं वो सब बैठ करके विचार करते हैं, एक एक नाम पर विचार करते हैं। प्रदेश के जो वर्तमान मुख्यमंत्री हैं उन्होंने स्वयं इच्छा प्रकटी है कि इस नाम का प्रस्तावना मैं करूंगा। उन्होंने प्रस्तावना की और बाकी जो प्रमुख 9-10 लोग हैं उन्होंने उसका समर्थन किया, अनुमोदन किया और उसके बाद पूरे विधायक दल ने उसका समर्थन किया।
After the shock announcement, celebrations erupted at Dr. Mohan Yadav's home in Ujjain.
उनकी मेहनत फल लाई है, महाकाल बाबा का आशीर्वाद मिला है, जो वो मुख्यमंत्री बने हैं और सेवा के लिए तैयार है। बहुत खुशी का माहौल है, खुशी का कोई ठिकाना ही नहीं है, कुछ बता ही नहीं सकते कितनी खुशी हुई है।
Mohan Yadav will have two deputies, Jagdish Devra and Rajendra Shukla. Narendra Singh Tomar, who was Agriculture Minister at the centre, who will now be MP Assembly Speaker.
The anointment of Dr. Mohan Yadav as Chief Minister came as a shock. But with an OBC candidate as Chief Minister, Jagdish Devra, an SC, and Rajendra Shukla, a Brahmin, as Deputy Chief Ministers, and Narendra Singh Tomar, a Thakur, as the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, the BJP seems to have got its caste arithmetic right in Madhya Pradesh. So what's in store for Rajasthan next? Will the BJP spring a surprise there too? With Himinder Sharma in Bhopal, Paulami Saha for India Today.
Will the choice of Mohan Yadav for Chief Minister in Madhya Pradesh prove to be a strategic masterstroke because you're bringing in a new generation of leadership, or could this potentially backfire as you brought in somebody who's not a pan Madhya Pradesh leader, who is just the higher education minister and now suddenly finds himself having to fill the big shoes of Shivraj Singh Chauhan? Remember, in Chhattisgarh, Vishnu Deosai, the tribal leader, was picked to be chief minister. This is clearly part of a larger plan masterminded by Messrs. Modi and Shah in trying to unleash a new generation of leadership. Rajdeep Sardesai joins me in the studio. We've got Himinder Sharma joining us. He tracks Bhopal for us. I'll have political perspective from Sanju Verma, who's smiling even before we got started. We got Shama Muhammad. Sanju, welcome. Sanjay Jha joins us, and Ratan Sharda, who's a RSS-aligned thinker. Rajdeep, what's the message for national audiences, the likes of Sai in Chhattisgarh, we don't know who in Rajasthan, but Mohan Yadav in Madhya Pradesh? Do you think this is smart tactical thinking? Because he's got no anti-incumbency, he comes in with a clean slate, so it's almost like starting from scratch for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh.
You know, Rahul, it fits in with a pattern that the BJP under Messrs. Modi and Shah have shown, that change is the only constant. Constantly effect changes so that you are able to create new energies. No one gets fossilized. Even in Gujarat you saw Anandiben Patel, Vijay Rupani, and eventually you ended up with Bhupendra Patel.
It didn't work in Gujarat.
You see, I was coming to that. It's worked in some states. You could argue it certainly worked in Uttar Pradesh with Yogi Adityanath. It did work in neighboring Uttarakhand.
But they didn't have anybody in UP before him. It's not like they had a chief minister who was sitting. Shivraj Singh Chauhan is a very tall OBC heartland leader, took the BJP to 163 seats, and he's been shown the door.
The fact is, Rahul, he may be a tall leader of Madhya Pradesh, but as we saw in the campaign and certainly with the results, the BJP central leadership believes it was Modi ki guarantee. It wasn't Shivraj Singh Chauhan that people were voting for. According to the way the BJP sees it, in the electoral calculus, they're voting for Narendra Modi. So once you have this larger-than-life personality cult, Rahul, then who you bring in as chief minister simply doesn't seem to matter, provided you get your social engineering right. What I think they've done, and you'd see this as a pattern across the states, is try and get their social engineering right. So you've got a OBC Yadav, you've got someone who comes from the Malwa region, you've got someone who's close to the Sangh Parivar, and thereby you're ensuring at least within the change some element of continuity with social engineering. So I think there's a plan, there's a method in this. This is not some random name that's picked out of the hat.
But ultimately, you can make someone captain. The guy needs to go out and bat under pressure. Otherwise, he could just end up being a non-performing chief minister. Nobody at this moment watching national television may know for sure the administrative acumen, but this man, as higher education minister, has a track record. And the question is, can he then prove to be a good replacement for Shivraj Singh Chauhan? He's got a very big boot to fill.
Again, Rahul, it is a strategy that has at times been successful, hasn't worked, let's say, in Karnataka with Bomai. When you tried to replace a tall leader like Yediyurappa, brought in Mr. Bomai, also a Lingayat, got your caste matrix right, but it didn't work. Jairam Thakur, Rajput in Himachal Pradesh, didn't quite work. Manohar Lal Khattar, you could argue mixed. Some would say at least he's proved an element of durability. You tried Trivendra Rawat, Tirath Singh Rawat, eventually you went to Pushkar Dhami. So I think, as I said, they're experimenting. It's not, but there is a method in it. The experimentation is to ensure an element of change constantly, or which you hope will lead to rejuvenation of the state leadership, will remove some of the anti-incumbency that may be there with the previous order, and you've got the larger-than-life figure of Prime Minister Modi over it all. This is personality cult designed to control the political system, and that's how it's been. So I don't think we should be surprised at all. You brought in yesterday a tribal face. Today you brought in an OBC face. Who knows, tomorrow you might have a woman upper caste.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
You know,
In
if
fact,
Rajdeep
someone told-
says woman upper caste and those in power in the BJP find out, वो तो नहीं बनेंगी. आप खराब कर दोगे.
In fact, someone told me today, Rahul, that look, all the names that you have mentioned on your TV screens over the last week, please show me an image of Mr. Yadav.
So we had a short list, we had a long list. Dr. Yadav was neither in the short list nor the long list, which is why I personally have been saying there is no harm in saying we have no clue, because nobody knows. Now, of course, everybody says, हमें तो पता ही था, हमें यहाँ indication मिल गया था, वहाँ indication. Frankly, nobody has a clue. So, thanks Rajdeep for joining us. I want to go across to Hemender Sharma. Hemender, why Mohan Yadav? Of all the people the BJP had in their arsenal, why have they picked this third-time MLA, higher education minister, who won only with a margin of 12,000 votes on his seat in the recently concluded assembly elections, to be the next chief minister of Madhya Pradesh?
Well, what he's from the OBC community. If they had to replace a tall leader like Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who comes from the OBC community, it had to be an OBC leader. We were not thinking beyond Prahlad Patel, but Mohan Yadav is also an OBC leader, and they had sent a message across over there. And secondly, there was this element of surprise as well. No one was thinking about Mohan Yadav. It was just Prahlad Patel, and Prahlad Patel when it came to thinking of a replacement from the OBC community of Shivraj Singh Chauhan. And the other part is that he is firmly rooted and has come through the ranks from the RSS. He has got the complete backing of the RSS, and this is the lab of the RSS. Madhya Pradesh is considered to be the lab of the RSS, and it has a better network of its karyakartas, even better than they have in Gujarat. So the RSS is backing him, and plus, of course, the comparisons would be made. There is a generation shift. He's just 58 years old. People are saying when Shivraj was made the chief minister, he was around 45. So they are thinking of next generation, and also, of course, comparisons are going to be made between Shivraj and him. But
how was he as education minister? Did he do a good job? How was he as minister in the last 5 years? Did he do a good job when he was minister?
Well, he has performed. I mean, there is nothing great to boast of as, because there is very little to showcase when it comes to a state minister. I mean, to compare the job of a minister, because higher education is one ministry. Had it been public works department or some ministry where he could have performed and shown his caliber, that is not the case with the higher education minister. At max, you have to deal with striking teachers and professors. I think he has dealt relatively, he was at relative ease when he was dealing with striking teachers, higher education department officials. So that way around he has performed, and since he has got the backing of the RSS, he can maneuver his way. That's the thinking that is going around over here.
Hemender Sharma, thank you for joining us. I want to go across to Sharad Kumar. He's our bureau chief in Rajasthan. Sharad bhai, ये देख के कि किस तरीके से छत्तीसगढ़ में साई साहब को बनाया गया मुख्यमंत्री, विष्णु दियो साई के बारे में चर्चा तो हो रही थी, एक हिंट भी था, लेकिन वही बन जाएंगे कोई गारंटी नहीं. अब यहाँ पर मोहन यादव जी को बना दिया गया है. इस पैटर्न को देखते हुए, अपनी बुद्धि लगाते हुए, आपको क्या लग रहा है कि राजस्थान में कौन बन सकता है चीफ मिनिस्टर, या ये बहुत बड़ा खतरा और आप रिस्क लेना नहीं चाहते?
देखिए, वसुंधरा राजे जब दूसरी बार राहुल मुख्यमंत्री बनी थी तो उनका टैगलाइन था राजस्थान को लेकर, टूरिज्म को लेकर, जाने क्या दिख जाए. तो मोदी जी के जमाने में जाने क्या दिख जाए, मैं तो सभी 115 बीजेपी के उम्मीदवारों की सूची लेकर बैठा हूं और सबके बायोडाटा पढ़ रहा हूं, पता नहीं कौन बन जाए इसमें. लेकिन पैटर्न आपने पूछा तो कहा गया कि छत्तीसगढ़ में आदिवासी और यहां ओबीसी, तो यहां हो सकता है कि कोई अगड़ी जाति का बने या दलित बने. अब महिला लोग खोज रहे हैं, तो महिला 4 जो हैं वो अगड़ी जाति के हैं और 4 ही महिला जो हैं वो दलित हैं. चारों राजघराने की है, वसुंधरा राजे धौलपुर राजघराना, कल्पना देवी कोटा राजघराना, दिया कुमारी जयपुर राजघराना, सिद्धि कुमारी बीकानेर राजघराना. तो ये चारों राजघराना हो गए. इसके अलावा जो अनीता बदेल का नाम बड़ी तेजी से चल रहा है, जो अजमेर में दरगाह इलाके से जीतती हुई आती है और 4 बार की जीती हुई हैं. डॉक्टर बंजू बाघमार का नाम चल रहा है, वो प्रोफेसर हैं और दलित हैं. इसके अलावा नक्षम चौधरी पहली बार जीती हैं. तो ये सारे नाम चल रहे हैं. शोभा चौहान का है. तो ये अनुमान लोग लगा रहे हैं, मगर प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी के जमाने में अनुमान लगाना बहुत मुश्किल है. एक बार दृश्य में दिखा दूंगा आपको किस तरह से यहाँ सजाया जा रहा है. देखिए, बीजेपी दफ्तर को कल के लिए रोशनी कर दी गई है, गुब्बारे आप देख सकते हैं किस तरह सज रहा है. माहौल बदल गया है. अंदर से कल के विधायक दल की तैयारी को लेकर जोरों पर यहाँ पर देखा जा सकता है, मगर क्या कैसे होगा इसे लेकर कोई भी पुख्ता तौर पर नहीं कर सकता. भजन लाल का भी कोई नाम ले रहा है, जो संगठन से आते हैं और पहली बार जीते हैं. दिया कुमारी तो है ही. तो अब कई तरह के मोहन यादव के नाम के बाद यहाँ पर चर्चाएं जोरों पर। देखिए, मैं स्कूल में पढ़ा करता था राहुल, जब मुझे याद आता है अखबार में पढ़ा था, सुभाष यादव हुआ करते थे मध्य प्रदेश के नेता। उन्होंने कहा था कि नंबर मेरा था मगर अर्जुन सिंह ने दिग्विजय सिंह को मुख्यमंत्री बना दिया। और फिर अर्जुन सिंह का स्टेटमेंट आया था कि हाँ, सुभाष यादव का नंबर था लेकिन मैंने दिग्विजय सिंह की पैरवी की। वो स्कूल में किस क्लास में था मुझे पता नहीं है, लेकिन इतने दिनों बाद वहां मोहन यादव बने हैं ओबीसी के। तो प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी क्या नजर में रखे होंगे, कैसे बनाए होंगे, इसका कोई दावा यहाँ पुख्ता तौर पे कर नहीं सकता। लेकिन हाँ, बालकनाथ यादव समाज से हैं तो उनको लेकर लोग कह रहे हैं एक यादव हो गया। अब एक डॉक्टर किरोड़ीलाल मीणा का नाम चल रहा था तो लोग कह रहे हैं कि चलो एक आदिवासी हो गया छत्तीसगढ़ में। अब गजेंद्र सिंह हो गए, राजवर्धन राठौड़ हो गए, दिया कुमारी हो गई। हम ये सारे नाम लोग ले रहे थे। कई बार क्या है, प्रधानमंत्री नहीं चौंकाकर भी चौंका सकते हैं, क्या पता वो सुंदरराजे को रिपीट कर दें। तो ये भी हो सकता है कि उनके लोग भी काफी कॉन्फिडेंट हैं। ये भी नहीं कहा जा सकता है कि कौन बनेगा कौन नहीं। हर कोई अपने अपने हिसाब से मोहन यादव के नाम आने के बाद हर कोई अपने अपने हिसाब से गुणा भाग निकाल रहा है राहुल।
ठीक है, पर अगर कोई नेता हो जो वाकई में कंटेंडर हो, वो फिलहाल चाहेगा कि भाई टीवी पे मेरा नाम ना आए, क्योंकि टीवी पे नाम आया तो मैं गयो, मेरा तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला। सो इट्स एक्चुअली बेटर टू बी द मोहन यादव, not have your name flashed on the screen, than to have your name popping as one of the contenders, only to discover that there's heartbreak in store. Sharath and his team will be on the ground. Let's see kaun banega CM in Rajasthan. But this is a fascinating political story. But does this make sense? I want to go across to Sanju Verma, Shama Mohammed, Sanjay Jha, and Ratan Sharda join us. Sanju, there's a big risk. In the way that the Prime Minister has set up the BJP in his own image, he has the clout which no Prime Minister since Indira Gandhi had to literally pick anybody, and that's what he's done when he, Nadda ji, Amit Shah, all of them get together and pick Mohan Yadav. Ultimately, the batsman needs to go out and score, because if he doesn't score, and we've seen that happen in Uttarakhand and some other places, you then have a challenge on your hands. We saw that happen with Bomai in Karnataka as well. How confident are you, from what you know and since so little is known nationally, that Mohan Yadav will be able to fill the big shoes of Shivraj Singh Chauhan?
You know, Rahul, after BJP's historic win in 3 states, proving every political pundit wrong, pop punditry flew out of the window after we won Chhattisgarh. I think we are having a debate on your show for the first time, so I'm sure you can congratulate me. But coming to the moot point, I'll tell you this. It's known now in the public domain that for the first time from Ujjain South, Dr. Mohan Yadav became an MLA. He's now a 3-time MLA. He has strong RSS backing, given that he started his career as an ABVP Karyakarta. He was the Minister for Higher Education in the Shivraj Singh Chauhan government.
All this I know. See, all this I know. I've already read the same note that you have.
Exactly.
The point is, Ratan Sharda, can he get the job done? Now, see, because there is a situation. Unlike Yogi Adityanath, who came in when there was no Chief Minister who was serving on a BJP ticket, Mohan Yadav has been in the cabinet of Shivraj Singh Chauhan. He will have to now try and fill those big boots. Mamaji is still around. They may bring him to the center, make him minister. We don't know. He doesn't know that either. But do you think those are really big boots to fill, and that potentially could be a shadow which hangs over Mohan Yadavji's head?
Okay, I'm answering.
One second, Ratan Sharda, please. Ratan Sharda.
Well, Rahul, if you remember the story of Madhya Pradesh, because you are a very senior person, you'll remember Kushabha Thakre, remember the days of Kailash Joshi, Virendra Saklecha, very powerful people in Madhya Pradesh who didn't allow a generational change. There was a lot of resistance, there are a lot of issues, but finally, Uma Bharti was brought in as a surprise candidate. She defeated Digvijay, who was supposed to be very strong, and then she couldn't deliver, then Shivraj Singh came. So was Shivraj at that time a very big boot? No, he was a small, young, 45, 46-year-old chief minister. He succeeded. So why should we doubt Mahendra Yadav now? He has got a good fresh start. And this kind of situation, look at Devendra Fadnavis, he succeeded. Look at Pushkar Lal Dhami, he lost the election. But central government supported him, hilt, and he was brought in a by-election. So the generational change is very important. It has happened. And Shivraj Singh Chauhan he's just 64-year-old. He has got more than a decade of more politics left in him. I'm sure he'll do wonderful work in 2024, work again for the party, maybe at the center. So this is a change which takes some time, it takes some pain. but still is very smooth. It is not like Sachin Pilot agitating for years together to be made Chief Minister and Gehlot not vacating the place. It has been very dignified. It has been wonderful. And I think
no, but that's true. I think you got a couple of important points. One, that it's been dignified. Whatever clamoring there have been, lobbying, all that happened behind the scenes. None of it visible. Shivrajji, with great grace, handed over the reign of command to Mohan Yadav. And that's very different, Sanjay Jha, from how the Congress typically does it. Sachin Pilot was daggers drawn. Ashok Gehlot was doing his own sorcery. And there were all kinds of machinations playing out in a very public fashion. This is done with a certain level of sophistication that only the BJP of the modern time can pull off. The Congress simply can't effect a generational change of this nature. I mean, they couldn't have done it with Ashok Gehlot. Shivraj Singh Chauhan is arguably a taller leader than Gehlot.
Yeah. Rahul, let me tell you, when you're winning, you have the luxury of experimentations. And I think there cannot be any, shall we say, denial of one other reality, that like the Congress of the past and maybe even today, the BJP has a very centralized high command culture when it comes to issues like appointing of the chief ministers, etc. But you cannot take this away from the BJP, that they are taking risks, like like you have been talking about ever since the program began, an unknown face, an untested person heading a state like this. But then you look at the logic here as well. 50% of the Madhya Pradesh population is OBC, 30% of the population in Chhattisgarh is scheduled tribes. So in a way, it's a representative democracy in a sense. But I got to concede this point, that unlike the Congress, which has allowed a lot of these internecine feuds to play out in public and never end, the BJP takes a call. It was disastrous in Uttarakhand, the number of chief ministers they changed, the same in Gujarat. But at the end of the day, each one of them managed to hold on to the electoral turf. And that's a lesson for the Congress.
Shah Mohammed, respond. There are lessons here. You couldn't effect this change in Rajasthan despite the Gandhis also wanting to give Sachin Pilot a chance. This is how you take a chance. This is how you build up the next Shivraj Singh Chauhan. It will take him time. But if they've done their due diligence, then at some point in time, Sanju Verma and the others can say, see, I told you so. He's doing a fine job. Shama Mohammed.
Rahul, I don't agree with this. I think we believe in democracy in our party. Now, for example, you mentioned OBC CM. We have already given Bhupesh Baghel, Ashok Gehlot, Siddaramaiah is an OBC. Our party president is a Dalit, Khargeji. Now, you mentioned, I was hearing somebody say, I think, that about Rajasthan, the issue. What happened in Karnataka? Shettar left the party. Yedurappa, what all issues were there with Bomai. So it is not the same everywhere. They also have their problems. Now, what I believe is that one has to believe in, democracy. There is a CLP meeting. The MLAs elect whoever they want. It can't be that they just decide, like what you did in Gujarat. You changed the chief minister and the whole cabinet. In Uttarakhand, you changed 3 CMs.
Let Sanju Verma respond to this, that you oppose the Congress for its high command culture. This is not democratic. This is like Raja ki marji. The Prime Minister, the Home Minister, the BJP President decide who they want. That this is not inner party democracy like the Congress did in Telangana. You check with everyone, get whoever is the most popular, pick that person. In that case, arguably it may have been Shivraj Singh Chauhan still. Sanju Verma respond to Shama Mohammed.
Rahul, I need my time now. I'll make a couple of points. I'm here to respond to your questions and, connect with the audience of India today.
Okay.
First and foremost, the most important difference between the Congress and the BJP is this. Prior to the, elevation of Siddaramaiah as the chief minister, let no one be under any doubt, both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar were busy washing their dirty laundry in public. We all are aware of how Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot, they've been washing their dirty laundry in public for the longest time. When it comes to Chhattisgarh, the Congress has been ousted, but their health minister in Chhattisgarh, T.S. Singhdeo, and the ex-CM Bhupesh Baghel were at loggerheads for the longest time. When it comes to Maharashtra, this situation was even worse, with Prithviraj Chavan fighting against Ashok Chavan fighting against Bhai Jagtap fighting against Nana Patole, and Nana Patole of the Congress fighting against Milind Deora. So the Congress has been a divided house, but, very quickly to answer your question. Rajdeep made a very interesting point. I will just take that argument forward. When Vijay Rupani replaced Anandi Ben Patel as the Chief Minister of Gujarat in 2016, how many people had heard of Vijay Rupani? None. When
But
Vijay
you had to
Rupani
change
was
him.
replaced,
See, if he done
Can
an
I please
exceptionally
finish?
good job, you had to
Can
change
I
him
finish?
midway.
Why are you behaving? Why are you heckling me?
I'm not heckling,
Can't you
I'm
show
asking
some
a question.
patience?
Go on.
Yeah, but don't interrupt me. You have a bad habit of interrupting just when the BJP is making an interesting point. I repeat, in 2016, Vijay Rupani replaced Anandiben Patel. People had not heard of Vijay Rupani. लोगों ने कहा ये क्या हो गया? रूपानी साहब को क्यों लेकर आए हैं नरेंद्र मोदी और अमित शाह? Then in 2021, Vijay Rupani was replaced by first-time MLA Bhupendra Bhai Patel, and लोगों ने कहा BJP is certainly putting its foot on the axe, but Bhupendra Bhai Patel delivered a stellar verdict. And in the assembly elections that concluded a few months back in Gujarat, we got a 52.5% vote share and a record 156 seats, and the Congress was reduced to its lowest ever tally of 27% vote share and just a measly 1717 seats. And I'll tell you what I'm trying to come at. When Biplav Deb was replaced by Manik Saha, लोगों ने कहा रे ये क्या हो गया ना, Biplav Deb will revolt. Nothing happened. When Sarbanand Sonowal was replaced by Himanta Biswa Sarma, लोगों ने कहा Sarbanand Sonowal is likely to form his own party. He was accommodated in the Union Shipping Ministry. There was no revolt. And most importantly, when Thawar Chand Gehlot, who was the MOS for Social Justice and Empowerment, pardon me, when he was moved to Karnataka as the governor, लोगों ने कहा Thawar Chand Gehlot के साथ ये क्या कर दिया?
So the fact is, Sanju Verma, I know you're making lots of very interesting points, but the fact is, and I want to put that question to Ratan Sharda, that Mohan Yadav will have lots of heavyweights around him, the likes of Kailash Vijayvargiya, Prahlad Joshi, the likes of, say, Shivraj Singh Chauhan may move to the centre, but there are several MPs who are made to give up their MPship. They've even been asked to vacate their homes within 1 month, who will now be all towering around Mohan Yadav. So, all this is fine and part of it is true, but human beings are human beings, and there will be this angle that the new Chief Minister has to deal with, where there are lots of stalwarts all around him, waiting and willing for him to trip.
Rahul, the two deputy chief ministers that he has have more experience as MLA and ministers than he has. Fine, it's a team. And if you think of it, the people who will create trouble for Mohan Yadav will lose 224 tickets. So they have got to be very careful if they try to trouble the chief minister, because 2024 is around the corner. If they want to go back to parliament, they will not make these kind of mistakes. I don't even think they will make such mistakes, because this is your curiosity or your sense of doom, like any media person, that you think there will be trouble. But BJP has succeeded more than it has failed in such transfer of to new generation. So I'm very sure that this will not matter. Also remember, Madhya Pradesh has very strong cadre. Like, it's one of the oldest cadre, one of the oldest, strongest party in Madhya Pradesh since its inception, right from Rajmata Sindhia's time. So they have such a cadre, they can put any person, any leader in place. I go there, I meet many people, and they tell us that they can bring anybody to the earth and, telling him what is not doing correct. So that strength of cadre is also a bigger point. That is the reason BJP won in all the three states of PM Modi. Add to that the cadre on the ground. So cadre on the ground is also very conscious that these people create trouble, then they want their help in the election.
Okay.
So they will see to it. So all these issues will matter.
I'm just being told that senior BJP leader Narendra Singh Tomar is at this moment speaking to my colleague Ashok Singhal. So I want to thank our guests for joining us. The Home Minister took up a bit of a show at the top, so we got lesser time for the discussion than planned. And now we've got Narendra Singh Tomar joining us, speaking to us about the choice of Madhya Pradesh's new Chief Minister. Here is Ashok Singhal in conversation with Narendra Tomar.
इस वक्त खुद तोमर साहब हमारे साथ मौजूद। तोमर साहब, कहाँ पिछड़ गए आप और मोहन यादव का नाम कैसे आ गया? आप लोगों को खुद हैरानी हुई होगी। चौंकाना मोदी जी की फितरत में, वो चौंकाते ऐसे ऐसे फैसले लेते हैं। इस बार भी चौंका दिया आप सब लोगों को।
देखिए, दरअसल क्या है कि मैंने तो पहले भी कहा था कि मैं इस दौड़ में नहीं हूँ। आप ही कई नामों को दौड़ा रहे थे, जिनको आप दौड़ा रहे थे उनमें से हर आदमी यही कह रहा था कि हम दौड़ में नहीं हैं। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि पार्टी जो निर्णय समय पर करती है वो अच्छा ही करती है। और मोहन यादव जी हमारे बहुत अच्छे कार्यकर्ता हैं। वो विधायक भी रहे हैं, संगठन के पदों पर भी रहे हैं, सरकार में मंत्री भी रहे हैं। उनका जो निर्णय है वो बहुत ही अच्छा है, प्रशंसा के योग्य है। मैं उनको बहुत बधाई देता हूं और वो अपने दायित्व का निर्वहन अच्छे से कर सकें, इसके लिए बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
आपको हैरानी हुई उनके नाम को लेकर?
नहीं, हैरानी नहीं, मैं तो कई सालों से मोहन यादव के साथ काम कर रहा हूँ।
इतने बड़े बड़े नाम, प्रहलाद पटेल, आप, शिवराज सिंह चौहान, ज्योतिरादित्य सिंधिया, कैलाश विजयवर्गीय, सब बड़े बड़े नाम कहाँ पिछड़ गए और वो आगे निकल गए आप लोगों से?
ये सब आपके ही दौड़ाए हुए नाम हैं। पार्टी में विचार में कुछ और ही चल रहा था, जो प्रगटीकरण हुआ और मैं समझता हूँ वो अच्छा ही हुआ।
तो आप क्या करेंगे? स्पीकर बनेंगे? नाम चल रहा है कि स्पीकर बनाया जाएगा, ये क्या भूमिका देखते हैं?
मैं तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कार्यकर्ता हूँ। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए जब जैसी जरूरत पड़ेगी काम करूंगा।
लेकिन उनको चुनने के पीछे आपको लगता है कि क्या वजह रही होगी, कि ऐसे क्या उनके अंदर दिखाई दिया? योग्यता की अगर बात की जाए, ये कहा जा रहा है कि यादव मुख्यमंत्री बना करके प्रधानमंत्री ने यूपी और बिहार को साधने की कोशिश की है।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी जातिवाद जैसी संकीर्णताओं में भरोसा नहीं रखती। भारतीय जनता पार्टी काम के आधार पर कार्यकर्ताओं का चयन करती है और कार्यक्रमों के आधार पर चुनाव लड़ती है।
You're on board the news track. It's the largest ever cash haul in India. 351 crore rupees have been counted and recovered from Congress MP Dheeraj Sahu, and there are many more cash piles still to count. The BJP, led by party president JP Nadda, protested in parliament today. The party is asking, why are Rahul and Sonia Gandhi silent?
Counting the unaccounted, a staggering 351 crore rupees in cash has been seized thus far. The highest single action recovery by the Income Tax Department. These confiscations transpired during a 5-day relentless search at an Odisha-based distillery, owned by the family of Congress MP Dheeraj Prasad Sahu. The Income Tax Department conducted a raid on Board Distillery Private Limited, its promoters and associates on December 6. Suspecting tax evasion, undisclosed transactions stemming from the sale of country liquor by the business group and its distributors and others. A team of 200 officials, including security personnel and support staff, participated in raids at multiple locations in Odisha. Cupboards crammed with banknotes were opened. Around 200 bags and trunks used to transport the seized cash to various banks in Odisha. The recoveries from locations associated with the Congress's Rajya Sabha member from Jharkhand, who identifies himself as a political and social worker and industrialist, have sparked a political uproar. The BJP staged a protest to corner the Congress. Party chief JP Nadda demanded an explanation from the Gandhis regarding the substantial haul.
बार बार आईटी, ईडी एजेंसीज इन पर आरोप लगाते रहे हैं। आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी, कांग्रेस पार्टी और स्पष्ट रूप में राहुल गांधी से पूछना चाहती है कि धीरज साहू के ठिकानों से निकला हुआ काला धन, उस पर उनको क्या कहना है?
Congress distanced itself from Sahu's business activities and advised him to disclose the source of the seized banknotes. The BJP has been unyielding, hinting at a Gandhi link with the cash seizure. Home Minister Amit Shah challenged Congress allies to speak up.
कांग्रेस का मौन तो हमें समझ में आता है, क्योंकि इनकी फितरत ही भ्रष्टाचार की है। परंतु चाहे तृणमूल कांग्रेस हो, चाहे जेडीयू हो, चाहे आरजेडी हो, ये सारे दल डीएमके सहित चुप बैठे हैं। सपा भी चुप बैठी है, कोई रिएक्शन नहीं। अब मुझे समझ में आ रहा है कि मोदी जी के खिलाफ ये जो एक प्रचार अभियान चला कि एजेंसियों का दुरुपयोग हुआ है, वो क्यों चलाया गया? क्योंकि इनके जहन में एक डर था कि हमारे करप्शन के सारे कच्चे चिट्ठे खुल जाएंगे।
The Samajwadi Party, on the other hand, alleged that the cash recoveries reflected the failure of demonetization, which purportedly aimed at curbing unaccounted wealth. Meanwhile, the counting of notes from the massive seizures continue through both manpower and machine. Pressure mounts on Congress, which staunchly opposes corruption-related raids as political witch hunt. As of now, no statement has been issued by the 68-year-old Rajya Sabha member. Bureau Report, India Today.
This is where we wrap up the news track tonight. For your time and your trust, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you at 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Till then, from all of us here, goodbye, good night.